education provided to the child by the schools is. Great thinking. Formal is the right choice. Who was the supporter of naturalism in education? Excellent. Rousseau is a brilliant choice. Why a great stress was laid on female education? Correct response. To lessen the shortage of female teachers at schools is the most accurate answer. Medieval period was dominated by dash education. You chose Islamic, and it is correct. In the context of education, socialization means. Perfect. Adapting and adjusting to social environment is the correct choice. According to psychology, all education is dash. Strong choice. Self-education is the right answer. Autonomy in higher education implies freedom in. Well reasoned. Curriculum development is the correct choice. The system of distance education is observed in. Exactly. Allama Iqbal Open University makes sense, and it is right choice. The highest in rank in Ministry of Education is. Bravo. Secretary is the answer. Which education policy was not followed at all? Sharp thinking. The Education Policy 1972-80 is the right choice. The Siddons Union Club was patterned after dash. Valid point. The Cambridge University Union Club is true. The Kothari Commission's report was entitled on. Solid response. Education and national development is a valid choice. Intellectual aim in education was emphasized in. Nice selection. Greek is the correct and valid answer. To whom the additional secretaries give help? Good job. Your answer, Deputy Secretary, works well here. What was designed for the physical education? Smart pick. National Cadet Course is the correct choice. The aim of vocationalization of education is. Well picked. Making liberal education job-oriented is the correct answer. What is the main center of informal education? Clear logic. Your choice. All of the above is sound and 100% true. Without suitable curriculum, aims of education. Correct. Cannot be achieved is the right answer. Which of the following is the incorrect pair? You got it? Your choice learning by doing existentialism is right. IAS as in teacher education were started in? Good thinking. 1992 is the right answer. Religious education is strongly advocated by. Great job. Idealists is the accurate answer. Which is not concerned with teacher training. Well done. Bias is the right choice. Dash is not an objective of formal education. Right choice. Self-paced learning is the best answer. Which subject should be added to all levels? Nice work. You chose physical education and it is correct. Vygotsky proposed that child development is. Excellent choice. A product of social interaction is the right answer. The ultimate goal of education in Jainism is. Smart move. Liberation is an accurate answer. Which of the following are statutory bodies? You're right. Both and is the correct answer. In India, education is the responsibility of. On track. Both and is the correct answer. Tagore was an idealist because he emphasized. Nicely done. Moral and spiritual development of the child is a solid answer. Progressive education emphasizes learning by. Right again. Doing is a valid answer. What should be broadcasted on TV and radio? Great thinking. Recitation of Holy Quran is the right choice. The movement of Aligarh was the element of. Smart pick. Reconciliation and rapprochement is the correct choice. Special education courses are controlled by. Strong choice. Special education courses are controlled by is the right answer. The future of education in India depends on. Nice work. You chose government and it is correct. Who gives the system of education in India? Exactly. State makes sense and it is right choice. The term progressive education related to. Great job. Pragmatism is the accurate answer. The aim of the Charter Act of 1813 was dash. Excellent. To spend money on education is a brilliant choice. Navodaya schools have been established to. You chose provide good education in rural areas. And it is correct. What is the origin of the world education? You got it. Your choice E and Kadam is right. Making value judgment about curriculum is. Excellent choice. Curriculum evaluation is the right answer. When the education was announced as free. You're right. In 1972 is the correct answer. The family imparts education to the child. Good job. Your answer informally works well here. The purpose of basic education scheme is. On track. To fulfill basic need of persons through education is the correct answer. Education, according to the pragmatist, is. Correct. Wholly purposive is the right answer. The main feature of Muslim education was. Right again. Propagation of Muslim religion is a valid answer. University education was established in. Smart Move 2002 is an accurate answer. Mainstreaming is a term associated with. Nicely done. Education for handicapped is a solid answer. What is not associated with pragmatism? Good thinking. Education for self-realization is the right answer. What kind of education Islam preaches? Right choice. Both A and B is the best answer. Education is a powerful instrument of. Sharp thinking. All the above is the right choice. Which is most favorable for education? Well done. Social stratification is the right choice. Environmental education is targeted to. Well reasoned. All of these is the correct choice. Education in the Vedic period was dash. Perfect. Given in Gurukuls by a sage is the correct choice. According to Dewey, education is a. Clear logic. Your choice social need is sound and 100% true. The major objective of education is. Nice selection. Developing inherent abilities powers of students is the correct and valid answer. Teaching in higher education implies. Well picked. Helping students how to learn is the correct answer. The realist aim of education is. Correct response. Happy and moral development is the most accurate answer. Personalized system of education. Valid point. All of these is true. Teacher's role at higher education. Solid response. Promote self-learning in students is a valid choice. How illiteracy can be diminished. Bravo. Through education for adults is the answer. Education develops child's dash. Smart move. Innate powers is an accurate answer. EFA program is involved in dash. Smart pick. Providing primary education to all is the correct choice. Creativity increases with dash. Nice work. You chose experience, and it is correct. Special education is related to. Exactly. Educational programs for disabled make sense, and it is right choice. Value education makes a student. Great job. Good citizen is the accurate answer. Sociology of education includes. You chose society and its relationship with the individual, and it is correct. Examinations are conducted by. You're right. Buys is the correct answer. What is the aim of education? Perfect. All-round development of the personality of a child is the correct choice. Inclusive education refers to. Excellent choice. Equal educational opportunities to disabled and normal students is the right answer. Political aim of education is. Correct. Democracy is the right answer. Inclusive education is about. Solid response. Both, and is a valid choice. Primary education helps dash. On track. Democratization of child is the correct answer. Distance education is not. You got it. Your choice work-oriented education is right. Education falls under the. Clear logic. Your choice concurrent list is sound and 100% true. Vekandash SAS stands for. Well done. Village Education Committee is the right choice. Pedagogy is the study of. Right again. Teaching methods is a valid answer. NMIC stands for. Bravo. National Mission on Education through ECT is the answer. CHEER stands for. Sharp thinking. Children Enrichment Education through Radio is the right choice. CET stands for. Good job. Your answer, Central Institute for Education Technology, works well here. ROT stands to. Excellent. Right to education is a brilliant choice. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? Correct response. Contact Narayan Changder is the most accurate answer.